Welcome to another episode of Steve Lags Unfiltered. This episode is going to be epic. I'm bringing 6 of my employees onto this episode, and none of them have been prepped, and none of them even know why they're coming on to this podcast. So this is going to be super cool. You want to hear it because you're going to hear what it sounds like when you effectively lead amazing people in your organization. Let's get going.
And now, introducing your host, Steve Lags.
So, Andy, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Andy Hernandez. I'm the senior videographer / video editor here at TRC Electronics.
So you're the man behind the scenes, making all the magic happen.
Yes, sir.
My name is Marlon Rampasad. I am the guy that makes things look much nicer than they are. So
That's right.
I beautify things.
That's right. And you worked in the marketing department, right?
That's right.
I'm Kaya Barker. I am marketing coordinator here at TRC Electronics. I've been here for maybe 8 months now, and I'm loving it.
First job out of college, right?
Yes.
Well, my name is Angeline Eisen, and I'm the marketing manager here at TRC. And I started working with the company about 6 months ago.
That's right.
My name is Anna. I'm the executive assistant of Steve Lagomarsino, who is the president of TRC Electronics.
Do you know why you're here?
No.
Do you know why you're here?
To be on the podcast.
Okay. Do you know anything besides that?
No, I have no clue.
Do you know why you're here yet?
Not as yet, but I'm sure it's something good.
Okay. So do you have any idea like what we're going to talk about?
I have no clue.
Do you know why you're here yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you know why you're here?
I have no clue.
Have I prepped you for this at all?
No.
Did I prepare you at all for this?
No.
Okay. Did I prep you at all?
No.
Your response, anything you say, you got total green light to say the total truth and nothing but the truth, okay?
So
and it's on film too, okay?
So help me God.
I'm asking you to please be 100% transparent, tell the truth, nothing but the truth, okay? Andy, we did in episode 17, we created a reel from that episode, and I'm going to just play this reel for you real quick so you can watch it because we're going to talk about that. All right, Andy. If I don't care about my employees, well, first, you probably shouldn't be a business owner. You should just have a job because you don't belong in a leadership position if you do not care about the people that work in your organization or the people that work for you or the people that you're leading. So that's the first thing. That's the prerequisite. Otherwise, this is going to fail miserably and nobody's going to trust you. Okay, so actually it was a YouTube short, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the reason that you're here is because I was, a couple nights ago, I was browsing the comments, and I want to show you a comment on that reel, okay? So somebody named Redgate CRT said, this is the comment, I want to hear from the employees if he actually does what he says. This loudmouth can say anything.
Wow. I knew it was going to be some controversy, man, but you know what? It's all good shit, man, when it comes to that.
Whoa. Whoa, that's pretty aggressive.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw that one.
You did.
And I kind of laughed when I read it.
Well, I can testify. I'm a witness that you are a leader that cares.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean.
Oh, how rude. Okay. Well, all right.
All right, so what's your first reaction to that? First of all, have I coached you at all?
For what? About now?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I mean, you're my coach as far as...
But did I prep you for anything?
No.
You have total permission to say what you really believe to that,
I had no
okay?
clue what I was doing.
Right.
But I remember that. I remember that episode. That was...
But think about the comment.
Yeah.
He says that loudmouth can say anything. I want to hear from his employees. So I'm giving you, the first employee on this episode of Steve Lags Unfiltered, to give a voice. You're one of multiple employees we're going to have on here today.
For once, this is the first time I've been in a company that promotes growth.
Well, 100%. I definitely think that you as a leader, for example, I don't ever see you as a boss. And I definitely think that you are the true example of a leader. You really do lead by example, and you do genuinely care about every single employee in this organization, everyone who has been here, who has exited the company, and everybody who is currently within the company.
Right.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just by the people that's been here already telling me, what it takes, and I'm already part of that. That the core values of this company in my own life. So falling in, it was pretty easy, but I didn't think that this was real.
Obviously, like, he's clearly a hater, and my first response is, don't you have something better to do? Or clearly he doesn't have much going on, because your haters will always have something to talk about because they don't have their calendar filled up with stuff they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
Having worked in many other companies before, I've never really had one-on-ones. And we have one-on-ones every 2 weeks.
Right.
In other companies, it usually comes in 6 months. And by that time, you don't get feedback, not just about work, but about your well-being and how you're doing. And one of the ways you usually open up our conversation is, how's Angeline doing?
Yeah.
And that is much appreciated. And so that is just one way that you demonstrate. Even in our goal setting, it's not just about our performance, but there is our personal goals.
You do what you say. I mean, just that meeting that we had with you, that workshop where we came on Saturday, first you took out time out of your day.
So talk a little bit about it. So to explain that, because the listeners might give a little context.
Okay, that workshop that we had that was just about success that you had for us on a Saturday, completely taking time out of your day to talk about what success means to us, how to get there, how to build a plan for that, and all of us talking about where we see ourselves in this company, how we can get there, what our top goals are, and the fact that you actually listen to each of us individually. The fact that when I came into this company, I mean, you guys set up those goals for us and you actually want to listen to what our goals are, each employee, and you guys remember them. I mean, you and Matt, like, you'll discuss like our goals like in passing while we're walking. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they actually remember that. And that you guys actually come up to us when something good happens. You're like, oh my God, congratulations. Like the other day, you actually knew about what happened, how in the morning meetings, you're always there when we discuss the wins from the day before. And it's just such a positive environment. So you always build us up. And it's completely different than any other workplace I've ever been in.
I've been in this business for 30 years. I've been doing TV production for 30 years. I worked with the best. And I have worked in big names in Hollywood. And I have not gotten the experience as far as the mindset is concerned as I've gotten here. It's unexplainable, dude. I mean, you got to experience this in order for you to know what goes on here, what you do for your employees.
Well, so it's about credibility. So I'm stating that if you're a business owner and you don't care about your employees, then you really shouldn't be a business owner. Because I went at a leadership event and someone there said, "Hey, you know what if I don't care about my employees?" I was like, I couldn't believe it. And I guess for me, I didn't realize there's more people out there than I realized like that. But am I a business owner that cares about my employees?
You're such a genuine person that, you tie your family into everything. You tie, your own personal goals into everything. And you want that for every single one of us. You motivate us, you push us to do better. He's just a loudmouth, or he's just a show. He's putting on a front for everybody to see. Like that, it's 100% not true. Mm-hmm. Because like us being within the company and being every day with you, like we don't see that. Not one of us has ever said anything like that.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like it might be maybe a little bit of jealousy. It might be a little bit of, maybe that person just wanted to start something, because
I'm about to finish it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you are about to finish it. Like you're proving it to everybody. And like, it's almost like it's one of those things where it's like, you don't even have to prove, because it's like it's such a remark that it's like, okay, like who are you to say? Do you know me? Do you know my organization? Do you know my employees?
Well, that doesn't mean he cares about you, though.
I know Steven cares because every time I stumble, he's there to help push me up and make me better. Seriously, I mean, again. I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it, because I've worked in many companies before. You can look at my LinkedIn. I've worked with terrible bosses, terrible people.
Do you want to promote your LinkedIn while you're on this?
No, I'm just saying. So I came in with a bad taste, trauma, whatever you want to call it. And it's hard coming into a Boca office where the Boca mentality could be, we're better than everybody and all that.
The business owner could be wearing Lululemon
Right,
pants.
right, exactly. But full of themselves is what I meant with that,
That's an inside joke, by the way.
Yeah,
I do wear Lululemon
and
pants.
I've worked for Boca companies like he's hinting there, with guys that drive Lamborghinis and park it in 2 spots and wear the best clothes, and it's all about them. It's not about the employees.
If I had a Lamborghini, I'm parking 2 spots. Okay. Hey, but it's about, you can have that and still you can have that and care about other people at the same time.
You should,
right?
Because the people is what makes the company. The people. I mean, it's like the gas for the Lamborghini. You can have the best office, the best equipment, but the people to run the engine. I mean, it has to be the people.
Right. But it also, for that business owner driving a Lamborghini, that's just a thing.
Right.
That is not fulfilling, because once you get it and you enjoy it, and then it becomes old. It's cool, but it wears off. But the real fulfilling part of being a business owner is, how do you impact people in this world?
Completely far from the truth. I feel like I trust you so much, and it's kind of weird because my trust isn't gained very easily. So
yeah, did you trust me on day one, or how did that?
No, it built up.
Oh, maybe you just trust everybody?
No, definitely not. I'm very guarded.
Right, so then trust is earned.
Yes, trust is earned. And actually, we posted one about talking about the people you're leading. You have to earn their trust. The key word is earn.
Right.
You can't just because you have a job title doesn't mean you can have their trust and respect.
That's right. So, all right, I earned your trust. How did I earn your trust?
You earned it because we would meet weekly and I'd be able to ask questions through my onboarding. And that kind of started it, where you told me I could ask anything I wanted. It was transparent.
Right.
And don't hold back, kind of like this, unfiltered.
But maybe a lot of people say that, but do they really mean it though?
Yeah. And I think my questions got deeper as we went on, because I got more comfortable and more curious about stuff. Because at first, especially it being my first job, I'm like, I don't know the protocol, or I don't know how I'm supposed to kind of be behaving in a sense, or what's appropriate. And as we went on, I think I just got more comfortable. And then with our one-on-ones, you giving me feedback when I asked for it, whether it was, most of the time I feel like it's good. But then if I do need to fix something, you're honest with me. And
you're pretty good. So.
Thank you. I try.
You're pretty amazing.
I feel like that's where it gained my trust, because it wasn't just you were giving me constructive feedback too.
Right.
And if I wasn't maybe doing something correctly, you'd point me in the right direction, but also let me think it through of okay, how do you think you're doing with this? And then I would already know okay, I could be doing better. And then kind of let me think through my thought process.
Right.
And so your desire to see us successful by helping us achieve our personal goals is another way that I could say definitely care about not just our performance, but who we are and the things that we want to achieve personally for ourselves and our family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so if that guy might be or I'm assuming it's a guy, I don't know, I can't tell. It's that person.
Okay.
Well, why is he cares about you? He wants to know about your personal goals. That, what the hell? What maybe what do you think? What would you respond to him?
Well, I think he had a great question. Why? Because it's not normal. It's rare that, companies would want to go that far. You're usually sometimes a number.
Right.
When you do it that way, you become real. You're not just, coming in and clocking in and going home. There is a connection.
Right.
And so, while that question is a valid one, and so
because there are business, I know there are business. So I made the video because a business owner stood up in a workshop and says, "What if I don't care about my employees?" Okay. I almost I couldn't believe it.
Wow!
But it made me realize there are some business owners like that.
There are, and I think that's very important. If you were to survey any employee outside of TRC, and you ask them this, they would say they wished that their leaders would care more about them as a person. I mean, you don't know what people are going through.
That's right.
On a daily basis. And if you never ask or you never have those conversations, then it's like you don't really matter. And happy employees are, those who feel cared about and heard.
Right.
And so I feel like, it's also a cultural thing too. Like, if you don't want to be thought of, then those companies that treat you like a number might be a better place. But there's
plenty of them.
Huge amount of people that want to feel heard and seen.
Yeah.
And that's what caring is.
And valued.
To me. Yeah, and valued, absolutely.
And that's the goal, is to bring those type of people together here. And then you can see, like, so you're in this, the Florida office.
Yes.
Are we accomplishing that?
I think you are. And, part of the onboarding for me, I really appreciated the questions that I was asked. So joining the company, it wasn't a surprise that we were going to be cared for in this way, whether it be, we knew up front. It was a very transparent process. So you knew you were joining a company that was going to support you all the way.
My other workplaces, they didn't want anyone else to grow. They wanted all of us to stay in the same role, basically consistently. Like, we're seen as numbers. You guys see us as people.
Right.
And I've been in small companies. I've been in bigger companies. And still the same no matter what size. So you guys actually care. I see the difference. I've never had an employer ask me, where do you see yourself being in 3 years? Why do you want this? Like, how can we help you? Like, I've never had anyone ask me that. So, like, that comment's completely incorrect.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So you can convert something that you view as negative into something positive, though.
Yeah.
It's all mindset. Because that you'll get that. So all that sounds great. So how's that impacted your life? So beyond TRC's walls, has it impacted your life?
It has impacted my life a lot. I mean, I even have told Matt before that before TRC, like, I didn't focus on like my 3-year goals or my 5-year goals. So when I got that and when you guys gave me that assignment, like, write them down, I really had to think it over a few days. Because I'm like, wow, I never even really thought about that. I always thought about just kind of my day to day. I never thought about that future. And I'm like, wow, if these people are putting an investment in me, I want to start putting an investment in myself. And it's showing me how little of investment I've been putting into myself before coming in here. So I've been having goals, wanting to reach them. Even with my fiance, I was talking to my fiance about it. And I did the same thing with her, that I sat down with her even after work one day. And I was like, let's write down your goals. And I got excited. And we have each other's goals, and we meet up like every month outside, and we talk about them for like half an hour to an hour.
It's awesome.
And we're helping each other out now with that too. So that's something that we never even discussed, but also the learning with it, like with Grant and with all the books that you guys are giving us, like, it's helping me actually visualize goals that I didn't even know I had and how to reach them.
So give the audience one example of how I accomplished that. Okay. Because that sounds good, but like, well, what's an example of something that like proves that I care about you, Andy, as one of my amazing employees?
You make us be accountable for our actions. You teach us, you coach us in how to be disciplined and how to set up goals and achieve them.
Right.
One thing's having goals, and other things, you hold us accountable for us, to accomplish those goals.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because am I accountable? Is that positive or negative though? Holding you accountable, like, how am I doing that becomes positive experience for you? Why is it positive for you?
It's positive because I see the people accomplish these goals.
Right.
If you don't want to accomplish goals, you don't have them in the first place.
Right.
So then you don't need to be here. For this to just be a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
I could have gotten that anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own business for years. It's my first time that I actually want to go because, you know what, I felt stagnant. I want to grow. I wanted more.
Right.
I didn't know how about getting that. You're teaching me how to do that. I've accomplished a few goals. You sit down, you take your own time away from your family. People talk about life, work balance, It's not such thing for you.
Right. Well, sometimes I bring my family with you when we do it.
Exactly. You bring your family with you, and, you can see the enthusiasm that you want your employees to succeed. Sometimes, you have brought many tears out of my eyes because I might call you boss, but boss.
I wore this for you today, the boss shirt. The boss shirt.
But boss for me has a different terminology.
Yeah, I hear you.
You are a mentor, you
Right.
are a leader, which is totally different than a boss, because you lead by example. And
So I love it. So you have that connection. You can feel that, a lot of hugs and tears and laughter, all that stuff that's part of life.
not
It's
only
real.
that, what really also showed me and my family that you're authentic was when the passing of my grandmother.
Right.
I don't want to get emotional, but you showed up.
Right.
You showed up. You met my family, and not a lot of boss, not a lot of business owners do that for their employees.
Yeah.
Which shows that you really care.
I do.
You took a drive all the way from Boca, all the way to Miami, almost Homestead, like an hour or something in traffic, and you showed up. You showed up for me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, and I'll never, ever forget that. Not only that, my family saw that. So you know what? They inspire me to be better. And they said, you know what? He's good for you, man.
But like, what's the evidence? Like, what's a specific example? How do I, as a business owner, you mentioned a lot of different things, but give me a specific example where, all right, that's different, and that shows like why Steven wouldn't do that if he didn't care. Give us something specific.
Okay, so there's so many things. Like, you put so much of your time into it, and someone can say, yeah, well, he's a business owner, he's money hungry, so of course he's going to.
Well, I am money hungry.
And you should be. Everyone should be. Because
I'm very money hungry, but I'm money hungry for my people too.
Exactly. And it's like you put in so much of your time into this company that, for example, like we're meeting up this weekend. Like, you don't have to do that. I don't have to be around.
Okay, give a little more context.
So we're meeting up this Saturday at the Boca Raton Club, and we're just going to talk about our PPFs, and so my personal, my professional, and my financial goals. Right. And, as an organization, we all do this, but you don't have to meet with me on a Saturday.
Right.
You
don't either, right?
Exactly. Like that's one example. Like, you all always ask me, hey, Anna, how are you doing? And it's not like, hey, hi, how are you doing? It's not like that. It's like, how are you doing? Like, talk to me, and I like that, like, touches me, because I'm just like, no one ever asks me how I'm doing. Genuinely, how am I doing? Like, they're all like, oh, okay, good. All right, moving on. Like, there's so many things that you do. Like, you always go around, like, every single one of our employees, where like, for example, like, you have to approach a person in a certain way in the mornings. You have to go give them that love. You have to go, like, give them that support. You get to know your employees on such a deeper level than just you're here to make us all money. Like you're not like that, and it's like, so much about my family, so much about, so many things going on in my life, right, that I've never shared with an employer.
But to be clear, did I make you share that?
No, not at
Okay.
all. It's like, I open up to you because you genuinely care. And I think my role as an executive assistant, like, we have to be on that level, but I don't see that with just me. Like, right. I've seen that with you and Andy. I've seen that with you and Marlon. Right. Like with you and Lisa, and it just goes to show, like, for example, like, Lisa has been within the organization for like 10 plus years. Like, no one's going to stick around if you're a complete piece of shit.
The entrepreneurs out there, you can have it all. You're actually going to get a better chance of having that Lamborghini if you're helping more people, because you're adding more value to the world. But when you do it that way, you're also bringing people along for the ride. So that maybe the business owner's the Lamborghini, but maybe Marlon has got a Ferrari and it's parked next to him. And then meanwhile, Marlon's going to be in 3 parking spots.
Park sideways.
Exactly.
A big part of it too is Steven teaching everyone to be leaders. So outside of work, I'm becoming a better human. From my girlfriend, to my gym partners, to everyone, I'm learning things that can help me propel other people and push other people to find whatever their greatness is. So
Yeah. See, when you say that fulfills me. I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I mean, the things that I learn here. What is knowledge? Worth if you're not sharing it and helping bring up the people that you care around you. So that's a big thing that I learned here. I'm not the selfish person I used to be anymore. Like when I came in, because I was so hell bent in just me being, driven, realizing, I can get somewhere by myself, but I can get further with other people. So
yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you so much, my man.
I'm thankful for you.
You're so talented. And I love
only to become more talented.
But don't you love how you're learning to direct the talent that you've been blessed with, and that you've been developing, and be able to direct that in such like creative, productive areas of your life now?
Yes, working here has made me more intentional, more focused, more driven, because I can get things done. But Stephen has taught me to put times on stuff. Like I had something I put for myself to finish on the 12th, but I finished it a week earlier because I didn't even want it to get close to the deadline, because that's the kind of person I am. But I needed, sometimes I need that coach to really put me on the path to greatness. And that's exactly what's been happening since I've been here.
How does that translate into that Steve, as the business owner, actually cares though about you? Because this is what this guy's disputing. Like, well, I want to hear from you shared a lot of amazing things, but but that's just because it's all good. It's all going to help him out. And he's doing that for himself. He doesn't really care about Kaya.
No, definitely not. I mean, you asked me if I wanted to go on a weekend to go talk about my personal, professional, and financial goals. And it was up to me if we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't forced upon me that we needed to do this. And we had a really transformative conversation where I got to be open about my goals and where I see myself in the future and ask your advice on it. And you genuinely cared.
Right. Yeah, we sat down for coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah, it was very relaxed, and we just had a conversation. Like, it didn't feel like boom, 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 we have to cover this, and how is this going to help the company? It was really about me,
right? And
how is it going to help me in my life?
So what would you say, what would be your last comment in response to that person? Just like really giving that person some value back in terms of like him questioning the credibility of my video that I made?
I would be like, I don't agree with your comment, but that's also because I've worked here, especially almost a year here. But because there's so many companies that say that and then they actually don't act upon it, you know, it's so I completely understand like why he's saying that. But it's basically, unless you're here to experience it, you shouldn't question it.
Right.
For different businesses, especially businesses like TRC, where they're so employee centered. So before like making a kind of comment like that, I would look more into the business before actually making a comment like that. Because that's a very strong worded comment. That's a strong assumption to make about someone, especially under their direct video. So I would like, you can just look on our LinkedIn, you can look on our Instagram, and you can see so many employee centered posts itself, like just the videos of just like the gifts that we had yesterday for TRC's 42nd birthday, Pi Day, like everything that you guys do for us, even beyond that. You can just see it there in those clips. Like you guys even want to brag about us on your social media.
I love promoting my team.
Exactly. So if you would just to look on other websites, other form of social media at TRC for even a second, he could have already seen his own answer. Yeah,
or maybe even a better idea is come work here and you'll see for yourself.
Yeah, come on, apply. We need more people.
That's right. We're looking for great people.
Yeah.
So what do you say to that guy?
I mean, I would say go F yourself.
Well, it's unfiltered.
Because I think he's wrong. And I feel like maybe he doesn't have employees. And if he does, he's clearly not making genuine connections with them and actually invested in them.
Right.
That's what that shows me.
I agree.
I would say thank you for asking that question. It was a very valid question. And yes, he really does care for employees. And I personally appreciate that as an employee here. So thanks for not glossing over the video and, dropping that comment really actually sparked a conversation. And I think it was for the better that you asked that question. So kudos to you for asking. And I'm happy that hopefully I helped to answer your question.
Well, we'll
about
find
whether he
out.
cares. Yes, we'll find out.
Because we're going to send it to him.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would tell him to look within. I think it's a lot of times, I think people, they lash out because they're missing something within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're going to say something, own it and really do your research. Because if you're going to come after someone, like you better know your facts,
Yeah.
you know.
Think you would say it to my face?
I highly doubt that. I think he might like maybe say it and then like kind of like shy away like that. But
I don't think so.
I don't.
People hide behind
Exactly.
screens.
Exactly. And that's like something that I learned in one of my classes where people will use different platforms to hide their true identities.
Yes.
You know, that
Right.
like catfishing, that's a huge thing. You know, there might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but they come off to be this most beautiful thing in the world, or they use it as kind of like something to hide behind because they're not man enough to say it out loud,
Right.
or, you know, they don't have the facts to support it.
He's hanging around with the wrong crowd,
There you go.
you know? So,
He doesn't think it's possible.
no, absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
bet you he doesn't. He's not capable of it.
Well, that's he's talking about mindset.
Yeah.
You know, he's not mindset. It's not in growth. It's not in. You just want to be stagnant.
Yeah.
You want to have a 9-to-5 job.
It's possible.
You know, he's comfortable. I'm not comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
I want more.
That's good. Me too.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Yes.
You've been a remarkable addition to our team.
Thank you, Steve.
And I love watching you're so committed.
Thank you.
You're so resilient. You're such a
Thank you.
strong woman. Like I love
Thank
it. So
you.
it's so awesome.
You're awesome, and thank you for caring enough about your followers' questions
Yes.
to go to this extent. Because you see, caring is not just one way. You saw that post, and you actually cared enough to share. You know, go and poll your employees without telling us anything.
Right. Yeah.
So,
And you could look at that one way. You could look at a great question, or you could be like, you got two ways to look at a great question, or you could choose to be like, oh, that person's hating on me.
Yeah.
Who knows? But, and you see, this is great because some people will look at it one way, some will look at it other. But you can either, no matter which way you look at it, you can convert it into something positive, which is what I'm doing here right now.
awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you so much, Sabrina. You're so amazing. Getting to know you over the past year. You're like, you got so much, you got the best laugh in the world. She's got the best telephone voice in the world. And she's always got great energy, and she's super talented, and you're going to be so successful.
Thank you so much. I
love it.
appreciate it.
I love having you as my executive assistant.
Oh, I love being here. I definitely, like, I was telling Lisa DeRosa, I was like, I found my executive. I'm like, he was never going to get rid of me, even if he wants to. I am stuck here.
Yeah, and you're like, you got to put up with the most crap from me, like out of anybody, if there is crap to put up
There
with.
honestly isn't, and that's why I say like I found my executive assistant because you genuinely care. Like you are genuinely here for us. Like you have your own goals, but they're not just your own goals because you tie our goals with your goals.
Right.
It's like you piggyback us on you, and we like you. That's why so many people find you, and they want to be. They want you to be their mentor, or you know, we follow you not because we're sheep, but because we believe in what you're doing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being you.
Yes.
You're so amazing.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for being you. Seriously. Like you're such a rock star. Like you, honestly, sometimes I like even think to myself, I'm like, do I even belong here? Like he deserves so much better.
Oh, stop it. All right, we're going to knock that shit off.
Okay. Well,
All right, we're going to
but I
talk
know
about
my
this later,
potential.
okay? Yes. We got to work on that.
Yeah.
We deserve each other. We've earned and deserve each other 100%.
Oh,
That's for sure.
I love that.
That's for sure. You make me so much more efficient and so much better at everything I do.
Yeah.
That you make the days easier, and you allow me to increase my velocity and move so much faster than I would on my own. There's no question about that.
Thank you. That definitely means a lot. It really does, because I am hard on myself. So to hear you say that, I'm like, okay, like I'm doing something right.
You're doing a lot right.
Oh, thank you.
She's amazing. All right. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Awesome. I value you guys so much.
I know you do.
I've run through a wall for you guys, but you guys got to be able to run through a wall for yourselves so that I could do it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, man. All right, let's go, buddy. Thanks. This is the guy. Kaya is so amazing. She's got like already the mindset already. She already identifies a drainer so easily.
Yeah.
Right. And just a hater. And she's got so much talent, and she's so coachable. She's so driven. She's got everything going for her. It's just a matter of you just being committed, continue being committed, and never giving up. Because you'll get obstacles in the future. It's gonna be part of ups and downs, and it's just about being relentless with it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be able to do anything you want to do in this world. I love it. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. And by the way, Kaya is also behind the scenes and does so much for our podcast and marketing as well.
Yes.
Yes.
The merch on crew.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Thanks, Kaya. Yeah, Marlon. And we all need coaches, buddy. Everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs a mentor.
And here we are.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Hey, that's a wrap on Steve Lags Unfiltered. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give our video a like, and put a comment in there. And you never know, your comment might be featured in a future episode of Steve Lags Unfiltered. And for those of you listening on audio, make sure you give us a review. We love the feedback. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Steve Lags Unfiltered. Appreciate you so much.
That's all for today's Steve Lags Unfiltered Journey. Subscribe, rate, and leave a review to fuel your success journey. Also, be sure to listen to us on your favorite podcast channel or outlet. Stay tuned, stay unfiltered, and we'll catch you on the flip side.